Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cafe. I'm Clarence Reynolds.
And I'm Crystal Candy. It's great to be back with you to share all the fun and exciting events that are happening this week.
But first, let's start off with Amy Sweezy, who is at the Orlando Science Center with lots to show us. Hey, Amy.
All right, I am inside the Orlando Science Center, inside Kidstown, and inside the Isaacs Family Climb Time. It is so exciting because this is a really fun exhibit that they have for the kids. And this is my friend Aubrey Coates. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Amy. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, tell me a little bit about this exhibit. This is Climb Time. This is a play to learn place for kids up to 7 years old.
Yes, this is Kidstown is great for kids 0 to 7, and Climb Time is a great area for those who are a little bit older, maybe between the 3 and up age, where they can start using and defining those fine motor skills. You can climb around. There are lots of little fun games and activities, a scavenger hunt, all within just our climbing area. And that's not even the rest of Kidstown.
There's so many other things too, right? Tell me about that.
There are a lot of things to do. We have our classic Orange Grove, an iconic aspect of the Science Center. A lot of our guests have grown up with that, and that has continued to grow with our visitors over time. We also have some incredibly fun areas for even our littlest learners. Our 0 to 2-year-olds can start working on some of those moving skills, getting to touch, see, and experience everything, as well as our Explore Zone, which gives all our little learners that very introduction into physics, into touch to learn, hands-on science, really getting to see science in motion.
Okay, and I should mention, it's kind of noisy, if anybody at home can tell, but that's for a really good reason, right?
It is. Just like our visitors, the Science Center is always growing. So we are under construction in our new Life exhibit, which is going to be a wonderful exhibit featuring some new animal ambassadors.
And that opens in the fall of 2023.
It opens in late 2023, so mark your calendars.
Okay, awesome. And one other thing I want to ask you before we leave Climb Time, is this a place where parents can just drop off their kids, or this is meant to be them together?
This is definitely a learning together experience. There's a lot going on. We always encourage our visitors to interact with their family, even make new friends, but it's definitely a great opportunity for little learners to be working on some of these skills alongside with their parents, getting to start working together, which is a very important aspect of STEM to begin with.
All right, and the last place I want to visit is my favorite that has to do with the water. So can you show me that next?
Yes, absolutely. You're gonna love it.
All right, I am literally inside the Drip Drop Splash. Aubrey, tell me about this exhibit.
This is one of our most popular exhibits. It's so fun, it's so hands-on, and it gives all of our little ones 0 to 7
here it comes.
multiple different ways to start to really understand science, get very hands-on with water patterns, cause and effect, and just a lot of good, clean fun.
And you know kids love splashing around and getting all wet, right?
Absolutely.
This is fun. All right, so this is just one of many things that you can do while you are at the Orlando Science Center. Kidstown is so much fun for kids and adults alike. You can take a little break while your kids play and have fun. Be sure to join us down here at the Orlando Science Center every day but Wednesday during the school year.
I feel like the Science Center always has something going on, and for the holidays, they have special things and events all throughout the holiday season as well.
Definitely. Well, gather the family to enjoy the holiday classic movie Polar Express at the Wayne Dench Performing Arts Center in Sanford. The movie stars Tom Hanks and tells the story of a doubting young boy who takes a train ride to the North Pole, where he embarks on a journey of self-discovery. Showtime is December 1st at 7:30, and admission is free. Go to ritztheatersanford.com for more info.
This is your last chance to catch Common Threads at the Castleberry Sculpture House. Artists Brittany Fuchek and Tim Reed bring you a unique installation of their artwork that explores themes of grief and healing, decay and renewal, and the joy of discovery. The show has been extended through December 1st. Check out castleberry.org for details.
Enjoy a day of holiday fun at Avalon Aglow, featuring East Orlando's premier holiday parade. The day will also feature train rides, pictures with Santa, and real snow. Don't forget to bring your blankets and chairs for an evening fireworks show, and the festivities begin at 3 p.m. and admission is free. Go to AvalonParkOrlando.com to learn more.
How about a little history with your holidays? Orange County Parks and Recreation presents its annual 2-day event, Cracker Christmas, on December 2nd and 3rd. It takes place in the town of Christmas and celebrates Florida pioneers and the rich history of the Christmas community. The event runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day and features live historical demonstrators, vendors, and food. Go to fchsinfo.com to learn more.
Tammy Diener Lafferty, who is a curator at the Alvin Palacic Museum and Sculpture Gardens, joins us to tell us about this very, very special place in our area. Welcome, Tammy. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Every time I say Alvin Palacic Museum and Sculpture Gardens to somebody, their eyes light up.
Yes.
For people who haven't been, tell them what they will experience once they go there.
Well, I would say, many people say, oh, I have never heard of it, or I have never been there and I've heard of it. So I just want to say, I hope that everyone will come to visit. It is a very special place. It's located in Winter Park, Florida, on the shores of Lake Osceola. And it is not only a museum, it is also, we have an historic home. We have a sculpture garden located on the shores of Lake Osceola. And we also have an art gallery with rotating exhibits that we rotate 4 times a year with different, upcoming and new artists. We have an annual event called Winter Park Paint Out, which is very popular in Winter Park and is a lot of fun. And we also have Capon House, which is a second historic home, and there we host events, weddings and conferences, and it's available for rent.
Now, you just sort of slid the Sculpture Gardens in there.
Yes,
but
I
it
did.
really is a
Yes.
very special place.
It is a special place. I highly recommend people come and spend a day there. The Sculpture Gardens, it's a 3-acre sculpture garden, just lush with all kinds of different tropical plants. And nestled within the plants, you'll find as you turn around every corner the beautiful sculptures created by Alvin Palacic. He built this home in 1950 when he retired, and he built it to be his studio and his home, and he was inspired by the same sites that you'll see when you visit there, the beautiful landscaping and the beautiful view of the lake, and he designed those gardens himself to display his sculptures.
It's a wonderful experience. It's reflective, contemplative, but also just so artistic.
Yes.
You're seeing so much beautiful design. The atmosphere, of course, and the setting is
Yes.
just amazing to be there on the lake. So if people wanted to bring their family, would kids really enjoy it as well?
Yes, we're definitely very welcoming to families. I think, one of the best parts is our 3-acre sculpture garden, so the kids can go out and run around in the gardens. It's fine to go up to the sculptures and touch them and interact with them. And we do have docent-led museum guided tours of the historic home, which will tell you all about the life of Alvin Palacic and about his artwork. But I would say they're pretty brief, and I think most kids would be able to follow along and enjoy it, yes.
So Tammy, tell me about Winter Park Paint Out. What would people experience if they participate?
Winter Park Paint Out is, one of the cultural events of the year in Orlando. It's very popular. It's been held since 2011, and the Winter Park Paint Out consists of plein air painters. 24, nationally recognized plein air painters. Plein air means outdoor painting. Come for Winter Park Paint Out for a week-long festival. And in that week, these painters create, up to 250 paintings. Our gallery is turned into a wet room, and as they paint, their paintings are hung in the wet room. And they are all available for sale. The proceeds help to benefit the museum and the artists as well. They paint on site at the Polaschik Museum. There are, the museum and the festival is free all week long. And we have painting demonstrations, so some of these artists will give demonstrations as to their techniques and how they paint. It's just a really wonderful, wonderful place to be. The painters can be found all over different sites around Winter Park and Orlando. So if you see, during the last week of April, we have this annual event every year. If you see painters painting away, it's most likely that they are part of Winter Park Paint Out.
And with the Sculpture Garden and just the beautiful locale, is there event space that you could have an event there?
Oh yes, we're very popular for weddings. In 2014, the museum had the opportunity to purchase, it's called Capen House. Capen House was located on the other shore of Lake Osceola, and the land was purchased and the house was to be demolished. And so a bunch of concerned citizens, including the Polaschik Museum, got together and raised funds to save the Capen House. And they were able to, in a very short amount of time, raise enough funds to move and restore the home. So yes, it was moved across the lake. So I was not there at this time, but I've seen photos, and from what I understand, the house was actually cut in half, and then it was put on barges and floated across the lake to the Polaschik property, and there it was reassembled together and restored, and it's just a beautiful historic building from the beginning of the 20th century, like early 1900s. Beautiful wood floors. It's just a lovely place to be, and it is available for weddings. We have many weddings, engagement parties, even business conference meetings there. It's a very photogenic spot. You can be married on the shores of Lake Osceola in the midst of the beautiful sculpture garden.
Very nice,
Yes.
very nice. And what a story you'll have to tell about your venue
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Well, Tammy, thank you for being with us. And if you haven't been to the Polaschik Museum and Sculpture Gardens, make your way there. It is one of the gems here in Central Florida.
Thank you.
The Rollins Museum of Art in Winter Park presents its Fall Fling from 1 to 3 p.m. on December 2nd. You can engage with various topics relating to RMA's permanent and rotating collections, including art activities, performances, and docent-led tours. Fall Fling is an all-ages event that is free and open to the community. No sign-up or registration is required. More information can be found at rollins.edu.
Bah humbug. That familiar phrase can only mean one thing. It's time for A Christmas Carol, the musical. This classic tells the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, a prosperous curmudgeon who believes that personal wealth is far more valuable than the happiness and comfort of others. He soon finds out otherwise. The production takes place at the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts on December 1st and 2nd. Go to cfcarts.com for tickets and showtimes.
Lights, camera, action. Learn what it takes to build a seamless production at the Orange County Library System's Dorothy Lumley Melrose Center for Technology, Innovation, and Creativity. These classes will define live production components and systems. You'll also learn the basic concepts of live event terminology and technical systems. The series takes place throughout the month of December. Learn more at ocls.info.
The Jolly Jamboree is the City of Ocoee's signature holiday event. This year, Ocoee will be hosting its annual holiday tree lighting and Jolly Jamboree on December 9th from 4 to 9 p.m. Members of the public can enjoy several fun activities, food, and entertainment to get into the holiday spirit. There will also be the return of the popular dog parade from last year. Get all of the details at ocoee.org. Okay, dog parade. I think my dog would be too excited to see all the other dogs to concentrate on walking properly.
Yeah,
in the parade. I don't know.
should be an interesting, yeah.
I love it.
That might be a little stampede of the pups there.
But maybe something to come and watch, for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly, exactly. Well, that wraps up this week of events. And if you have one that you'd like to share with us for next month, send us an email at cafe@ocfl.net. I'm Clarence Reynolds.
And I'm Crystal Candy. Remember to join us next week to see what's new and exciting in your community.